Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're not just talking about success. We're building your personal playbook for it. Forget about secret formulas or magic tricks. We're going to deconstruct the actual tools, the mindsets, and the day-to-day disciplines that top performers use to get where they are. So here's the game plan. We're going to build this playbook in 5 parts. First, we'll figure out what success really is. Then, we'll load you up with a powerful toolkit for making better decisions. After that, we'll dive into the habits of high achievers, get a handle on mastering time, and finally, we'll talk about the one thing that holds it all together.
All right, let's start with a big one. What even is success? It's so easy to just chalk it up to luck, or maybe some rare talent people are born with. But it's way more tangible than that. And to really get it, we need to step inside an operating room where the stakes couldn't be higher. I want you to imagine you're Dr. Rakesh Sinha. You're a surgeon. You're in the middle of a C-section, and you have literally 2.5 minutes to deliver a baby before it's too late. And then, everything starts to go wrong. That quote, that's what's racing through his head. And in that one intense moment, he learned something profound. Failure just isn't an option.
You know, that crazy experience pushed Dr. Sinha to break down what success is even made of. And he realized it's not just one thing. It's really a mix of 3 parts. There's our biology, our genes, and all that. Then there's what we've learned, our skills and knowledge. But the real engine, the most critical piece, is our cognitive drive. That's your inner urge, your thinking, that sheer will to succeed no matter what.
So, what about luck? Is success just about being in the right place at the right time? Well, after swimmer Mark Spitz won his 7th Olympic gold medal, somebody told him he was lucky. And he came back with this zinger. The way he saw it, success isn't about luck at all. It's about being so ridiculously prepared that when an opportunity finally shows up, everybody else just calls it luck.
Okay, so if success is something you build, not something you're just given, well, every builder needs a toolkit. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're going to stock your personal toolkit with some powerful frameworks for thinking called mental models.
So what in the world are mental models? Think of them like different apps for your brain. They're frameworks you can pull up to look at a problem from a new angle. Instead of just going with your gut, which, let's be honest, is how we end up with that, why did I do that feeling, these models give you a structured way to think things through. One of my favorites, used by people like Elon Musk, is called first principles thinking. Instead of just accepting the way things are, you break a problem all the way down to its most basic, fundamental truths. When Musk wanted to build rockets, he didn't just accept how expensive they were. He asked, okay, but what are they actually made of? And it turned out the raw materials were super cheap, so he just built his own. Game changer. Next up is second-order thinking. This is your secret weapon against bad short-term decisions. All you have to do is ask one simple question. And then what? Sure, choosing that burger over a salad feels great right now. That's a first-order result. But thinking about the bad sleep and the missed workout tomorrow? That's second-order thinking. It's how you start making choices your future self will actually thank you for. All right, let's flip the script with the inversion principle. This is cool. Instead of just planning for how to succeed, you actively think about all the ways you could fail. Let's say your goal is to exercise every day. Don't just plan the workout. Ask yourself, what's going to stop me? A crazy day at work? A party? By figuring out the roadblocks ahead of time, you can build detours before you even get to them.
And for those really complicated decisions, you've got the decision matrix. This thing turns a gut-wrenching choice into simple math. Look at this example for buying a car. First, you decide how much each factor matters. Here, cost gets a weight of 5. Then you score each car. So car 1 gets a 4 on cost. You just multiply 5 by 4. That's 20 points. You do that for all the factors, add them up, and boom, car 1 wins with 29 points. It just cuts through the noise.
Okay, so now we have these awesome thinking tools in our back pocket. But it's one thing to think the right way. What do successful people actually do every single day? That's what this is all about. The daily disciplines that make all the difference.
Now get ready for this, because this number is wild. 58%. According to massive research, over half of your performance in any job has nothing to do with how smart you are or what you know. It's predicted by your emotional intelligence, your EQ.
So what is EQ? Well, it's really a package of 5 key skills that all work together.
It starts with being aware of your own emotions. Then, being able to manage them, that's self-regulation. It's powered by your own inner motivation. And then, it extends outward to understanding others, empathy, and connecting with them through social skills. This whole package, that's what separates the good from the truly great.
And this quote right here from the CEO of Canva highlights another critical habit. A lot of us think success is about grinding 24/7, no breaks. But top performers know that's just not true. They take breaks on purpose. Stepping away isn't being lazy. It's a strategy. It's how you recharge and, like she says, work smarter.
Which, of course, brings us to the ultimate question. How do high performers manage their most valuable asset, the one thing you can never get back? Time. They know it's not about having more time. It's about using the time you have with absolute intention.
I mean, if you want to talk about efficiency, let's talk about Elon Musk. These are his 6 productivity rules that he sent to all his Tesla employees, and they're just a masterclass in cutting out the fluff. See the theme? It's all about empowerment. If you're in a meeting and not adding value, just get up and leave. If you need to talk to someone, don't go up a chain of command, just talk to them directly. The real message? Follow logic, not dumb rules.
This all boils down to the classic 80-20 rule, which high performers basically live and breathe. They understand that something like 80% of their results come from just 20% of their work. So the whole game is to relentlessly figure out what that critical 20% is. Those are your high-impact tasks, and pour all your energy there, while getting rid of all the other stuff.
Jeff Bezos is a perfect example of this. He treats his mental energy like a battery. He knows it's at its peak in the morning, so he intentionally makes only a few really important, high-quality decisions before 10 a.m. He saves his best brain power for the choices that will actually move the needle, instead of draining his battery on 100 small things.
Okay, we've covered a ton. We have the mindset, we've got the habits, we have the strategies for time. The playbook is almost finished. But what's holding it all up? What's the foundation that makes all of this other stuff actually work?
It's work ethic. But you know, it's not just about working hard. According to research with employers, it's a whole package. It's your attitude. Are you positive? Are you proactive? It's working hard, sure, but also delivering quality. It's about how you work with other people, how you manage your time, and your level of commitment. It's the whole shebang. So where do things like grades or degrees fit into all this? Well, employers kind of see it in 2 different ways. For some, especially big companies getting thousands of applications, grades are just a filter, a way to call the massive pile. But for others, grades are just one piece of information that tells them a bit about your interests and progress. It's just one part of a much bigger picture of you.
And that really brings us to the final and most important point. As this employer puts it, a company can teach you skills. They can teach you a new software program or how to do a specific task. But they can't teach you work ethic. They can't teach you how to have a great attitude or how to be committed or how to work well with a team. That part, the very foundation of your success, that's the part you have to build yourself.